said you were gonna ride with me, and you did it. I am Mark. Make it permanent. Make it permanent now.
It's March Madness. It's the craziest time of year.
No.
I get to watch basketball with my pals?
Bang.
Whoa, put that gun away. Did you just shoot me?
Jack, thank you for coming, dude. This has been an awesome day and a half.
Thank you guys for having me.
Rico, we thinking a halftime nap?
You didn't even know free throws existed until I told you that 10 minutes ago.
Come on.
Why don't you shut the Oh, he fell through!
There's nothing better than betting with your friends.
All right, here we go. We are live. Welcome, everybody. It's Final Four weekend. We're at the River North Icehouse. Johnny Fanta, always a pleasure to have you.
Here we
God,
go, Dave.
give it up for Fanta.
Wait a minute, Dave. Hold on a second now.
Uh-oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Final Four weekend! Come on now! San Antonio, let me hear you!
He's Johnny Fanta.
I don't want to start early and just say that, you know, you were the guy that got away, and you're everything I wanted Bosco to be, covering college football.
Yeah.
It's been a huge week for Bosco, so I'm not going to say that because, Bosco, you rode the bus. You had a great week, but this guy is college
He brings the
basketball.
electricity.
Wait a minute, San Antonio. Beep, 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 beep. Seatbelts, everyone!
Bosco,
Miss Frizzle took him down, Mark.
Hey, Fanta, are you surprised Bosco even showed up to work today?
Bosco's here. No, you know what? So that was a little bit of a miscommunication there. That was a couple weeks ago when I went into New York headquarters. A couple folks were working their butts off. I didn't know that you were working your butt off on the stream.
Yeah.
No, you have multiple office places. You've got a family. You do work hard. I think they see it in you, but I just think that they see the upside. And they want to see it get fulfilled.
He's working harder. He took that 48-hour bus trip. It was a lot. I will say it's a big weekend. I was saying to Titus, you don't see this. I've seen Rico Bosco wear loafers twice in my life. And the two times I've seen it, last Final Four, when he's going to coach's meeting, he dresses up like he's at a getaway in Aruba.
Yeah,
like he's going to late night
I wore him to
meetings.
Saratoga.
Dave,
I wore him to
remember-
Saratoga. I
Dave,
wore him to Miami.
You remember
I wore
the,
him for formal
remember the
formal
New
events.
Orleans Final Four when they were still doing bench mob, R.I.P.
Yep.
And he told Marty and Jake that he was taking a nap, and then I went outside and he was dressed to the nines going to a meeting.
Yeah.
He didn't want them to know that he had a meeting.
And who are you meeting with?
Yeah, he has
That was
meetings.
Cooley, Painter, and McCaffrey.
Who do you have meetings with tonight? You're dressed for meetings.
I invited you
No,
to
it's
dinner
not-
and you didn't reply. You
Oh,
didn't,
my
you don't
Dave
want
Dave said
he
it was
doesn't-
50-50.
Oh, so Dave,
Because
so we
I had a
can't
coach.
go?
What,
We can't go?
Who are you meeting with tonight?
It's TBD. I don't know. We'll see.
You
I
have
mean,
someone.
know how the
You
night
have
goes.
someone. You
Fluid.
have someone you're meeting.
No,
You
I don't. I don't have anything on schedule.
All right, before we get into it, DraftKings Hoop fans, you can still get in on the action with my partner, the DraftKings Sportsbook right now. All new customers, 150 in bonus. This doesn't apply here. I don't know how you can't gamble on sports in
Pick
Texas.
six.
You can carry a gun around, but you can't bet on sports. Makes no sense. They're offering all new customers 150 in bonus bets instantly after betting just $5. Download the DraftKings app now. Sign up using code STREAMS and bet the unexpected. The crown is yours. Sport betting not illegal in your state. Hello, Texas. Don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings. Pick six. Have a shot to win cash prizes. All right.
I got a question off the rip. Titus, you're here with your friend John Diebler, who you played with. He's works for Butler's staff. Did Rico get his number yet?
Have you? I don't know.
No, I didn't.
No, you played it cool, right?
Yeah,
You got to get the
Yeah, you
number.
played
I got a guy at Butler already, so I
Oh, shit.
wow.
You need John. All right.
it's trying to get, it's 300.
John, you're out.
John, you
We
just
like
go
John.
home.
I know some of his guys.
You go home.
We know some of his guys. There's 366 teams. If you already got one,
try to go somewhere
Got
else.
it.
So do you help with player evaluations and whatnot? You're into the portal. You're doing evals.
Exactly.
Did
yeah.
you see Nate
Running
Oates? Did you
film.
see Nate Oates say get a ring?
I get a ring.
What was that? Where did that come from?
The Zach Gelb show.
Yeah. I would love to get Nate Oates on this show.
Out of nowhere? Yeah.
Well, they asked him. Yeah, I mean, they know who I root for, and they brought it up.
Why isn't Nate Oates, if he's such a guy of yours, on this couch with us right now, sitting next to Fanta?
That's the
'cause
whole
he's getting ready
point of the
for.
yeah.
Is he getting ready for the?
Because it's more of a
No, he's not.
relationship in which he's helping Nate consulting. He doesn't want to help
Yeah.
with the PR
But
stuff.
this
He
is
doesn't
why-
wanna
I
book him.
think his PR team, given the stuff you've said, probably wouldn't.
I
treat
think
like
there's
What
a
have we
part of
said?
it. We've said he's at least an accessory to murder,
Right.
which may play into him not
That
wanting
happened
to be
at
there.
some point. But the whole point of the numbers is we're in the content business.
Right.
You get the number, then the person comes on.
Yeah.
All right.
By the way, it's great to see Reese's peanut butter cups
the
in the
best.
house.
Yeah.
tonight. That's right.
Yeah,
That's
This
what I'm
guy,
talking about tonight.
this guy, if I could clone this guy and throw Rico off a bridge, I'd do it.
Oh, come on.
I'm sorry, Rico, but did you see that lead in for Reese's?
I mean, that
Yes.
was good.
Reese's peanut butter cups are the perfect combo of chocolate and peanut butter. You can buy Reese's cups basically anywhere. Perfect complement to Chaos of March in our winning part of the game day experience. Eat Reese's peanut butter cups, feed your fandom. You're eating it. I got to ask you, John, I know you live, breathe, sleep, as does really, outside of me and you, Dan, your number one college basketball, your basketball. This tournament, you can't spin it. It sucked.
Well, we didn't have a Cinderella.
Now, I know we see the teams out there, Florida, Duke, but all ones, bad games.
Yeah, but you know what, Dave? It is 4 number 1 seeds. So Auburn Tigers fans, can I hear you?
We got any?
Do we have any Florida Gator fans here? Do we have any Duke fans here?
Ooh.
And what about Houston fans? Here's the deal. It has not been the greatest tournament ever. It's been far from what we've been used to. I don't disagree with you, but these 4 heavyweights, these 4 teams are better than 21 of the last 22 national champions in efficiency. These 4 teams would be in the top 10 all-time in KenPom. These 4 teams have to deliver theater. You know when you walk into a great movie, right? Like I walked into Oppenheimer. I don't know what you thought of it.
Average.
Average. What's your favorite movie that you've seen recently in a theater?
In a
Like Dark Knight. Did you like Dark Knight?
Yeah, in a theater, I would think
Give me
Top Gun, Maverick.
Did you like it that much?
Loved it.
Okay, so a lot of people walked into Top Gun Maverick and they had expectations. And I'd like to say that they were met, right? If not exceeded.
Yeah, for that movie.
You are walking into a theater. This is the show tomorrow night. And it's up to Janai Broom. It's up to Walter Clayton. It's up to Cooper Flagg. And it's up to L.J. Cryer, Emmanuel Sharp, Milo Shuzan to deliver the goods. Because at the end of the day, in an NCAA tournament, what do you remember? You remember a Chris Jenkins, the shot against Carolina.
Yeah.
You remember a Gordon Hayward almost for Butler. You come away and you say, did we get a great national championship game? And let's face it, in college football and basketball, we don't always get a great championship game. We sometimes get a dud.
Yeah.
These 4 could make up for it. And I think Cinderella's carriage is just at a Shell station right now, gassing up the tank, and she will return next year.
Well, that's a fair question because a lot of people, and I think there's a lot of validity to NIL ruining the tournament because you have these small schools, and if your player becomes good enough, he's gone.
Yes.
So you don't think the tournament's dead as we know it.
It's not dead as we know it. I think you might see Cinderella a little bit less, but what happens when when McNeese and Drake are in the same pod? One of them's going to make the Sweet 16.
Right.
You're still going to see the first round upsets. I know NIL is a concern of a lot of people here, myself included, because I don't want to see college sports get destroyed. I know we're in a fluid place, but I refuse to believe that there's still not enough talented basketball players, but more importantly, as Rico, the coach's whisperer, knows it.
Yes.
That there's still enough college basketball coaches, there's a lot of great mid-major coaches, that still can doctor the Cinderella one. Cinderella will be back next year, or I'll be on this set, and I'll say I was dead wrong.
Okay.
See, I'm accountable for my actions.
Yeah, you are.
What do you think about that?
I mean, it's hard to disagree with Fanta, but yeah, the tournament wasn't good this year. I agree with that. I am worried. I mean, less about the players. Like all the coaches left. All the coaches at these small schools won games and they left, and that's traditionally the coaches use the run in the tournament to then bring in the next group of guys to do it again. I think we're done seeing the Wichita States and the Butlers and the Gonzagas, John. We're never going to see a Gonzaga again, a school that's like in the middle of nowhere in Washington that just builds into a power. That's not ever going to happen again, right?
Yeah, it's tough.
You would think that's
like
going to be tough.
those days are gone because as soon as Gonzaga, like a school like that starts winning,
Mark Few stays, but everyone else leaves.
Yeah.
What did you think of the Willard situation?
Oh, well.
He's
By the way, I'm
biased.
I
He's
have
carrying
Is
water
he
for a coach.
compromised?
Yo,
He's a
did you
little
see
biased.
the? Oh, well,
Listen,
no,
okay.
you can't talk. Did you see
Dave, did they give me a chance to even answer?
They didn't. He jumped
No,
on
but
your
all right.
throat.
So John
is
was
what he
on.
does.
I'm just gonna. You know what? I'll
You don't
clear
see
your
me carrying
bias.
weight for coaches blindly.
I'll clear your bias for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
He was on PMT on Monday, and he said, Kevin's Kevin. And I said, John, when you say that, that means the person's an asshole. Like when you say, Manny's
Right,
Manny.
yep.
And John goes, well, I should say Kevin Willard was at my wedding.
Now, you told me this story.
Yeah.
I did my undergrad at Seton Hall.
I also had, and I told you, I had a high-level basketball source who texted me and said, Kevin Willard is one of us. You'll love the guy. Now, I will say, Maryland, for all their bitching, SVP and this and that, you go out and you get the A&M coach who he jumps around more than anybody else. So you can't then turn around and be like, what's my guy doing? Because what is the guy's name from?
Buzz Williams.
Buzz Williams. Buzz Williams just does lateral moves for no reason. What's his excuse for jumping all over the place? Maryland just took a coach that's gone from what? Marquette, A&M, Virginia Tech. This guy jumps around lily pad to lily pad. So stop complaining. It's the world we live in now. It's a terrible world.
But it was still during the tournament. I think if Kevin Willard had taken the Nova job, I wouldn't have given a fuck. He literally was taking the Nova job while they were in the Sweet 16.
Well, okay,
Would
so
you have rather not gone to the Sweet 16?
Like, how
would you have
I think
rather?
Kevin Willard would have rather not gone to the Sweet 16.
But would you, as a Maryland fan? Because
No, I
some
know,
Maryland
but
fans
it got
said,
completely ruined by it.
He was hinting at, like, I'm going to take this job. He didn't say as much, but everybody knew it. Would you rather him deny it? Would you rather him do the Nick Saban and say?
I'd rather him do the Will Wade.
Or do the Will Wade.
He
He
just
kind of
like, I'm
landed
going
in
in
the,
the,
he landed
well,
in the middle,
he
right?
was in nowhere.
that was rare, though. Nobody's ever really done a Will Wade.
Yeah, but it was smart.
That's the way to do
it.
it.
Was smart.
No, that's the way to do
because
it.
you tell your guys, look, everyone's transferring now, so it's like, Will Wade's going to leave, so are all the players.
And who cares? Because you can take your players with you.
But he
instantly.
didn't do either. He was stuck right in the middle where he was just giving weird praise. He did the Will Compton at the beer games when he did a radio show and he said, I'm the Maryland coach as of right now.
Yeah.
Like, you can't say that
Look,
in the Sweet 16.
and he even said earlier this week, I said some things and did some things that I wish I could maybe have back. I think that we all agree it was not handled in the best way. That being said, can we stop acting like this is the first time a coach has ever done this in the history of sports?
I'm on your side. I'm on your side.
Rico, what do you think? You'll defend any of your coaches.
Yeah, the way he did it obviously wasn't.
Is
great.
Kevin Willard
He's
one of your
I
guys?
haven't met him. I have not met him.
Are you?
The thing I want to ask, and take bias
met him.
aside, you can answer this too. Is it a knockout hire? He was like okay at Seton Hall. He's coming back into this league. Okay at Maryland.
He wasn't okay at Seton Hall. He took him to 5 or 6
He
NCAA
won the league
tournaments.
1 year.
Do your research.
He won the Big East tournament in
the Big East with
2016,
Seton
Rico.
Hall.
He did a great job at Seton Hall.
He did all right.
He put
He did all
Seton
right.
Hall on the map in the country. He put them on the national map. He had them dancing year in and year out. That's not an easy job in the Big East. He made it a destination, Rico.
All right.
But
Let's let me hear you right now.
But he had no succession plan. Now look
Yeah.
at him. And now look at him.
Then he went to a better job in Maryland and didn't really knock it out of the park there.
Well, Bosco's
He got to a Sweet 16
moves
one
the
time.
goalposts.
Yeah.
I'm
Because
just
like
saying.
Maryland hadn't gone to a Sweet 16 since 2016. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what – I think Maryland – here's the thing with Maryland. Since they moved to the Big Ten, do you feel like they've had a real identity in the college athletic space?
No. So when they were making their runs, what conference were they in?
The ACC.
still.
Yeah.
When they were rivals with
Duke
Duke
yeah.
and
Yeah, yeah.
Carolina.
Yeah.
No, Maryland's one of those schools that it's very hard right now because either you're a basketball school or a football school. Maryland wants to be a football school. They're not good at football, and they actually have history in
Rich
basketball.
tradition of basketball.
But
Right.
this is also a thing and I think you'd speak to this, right, of schools who are trying to be great at football, but it's really hard to fathom them ever being great.
Yeah.
Right.
Where if they would just prioritize basketball, look what could happen.
So is that why he went to Nova? Because I think it's interesting to me that in a college sports landscape where the SEC and the Big Ten are the two giants, why not get in one of those life rafts and stay there? And he's jumping to a Big East. Is it because of what you said? Because Villanova has a football team, but they're not.
Right, they're FCS.
Yeah.
So is that the line of thinking, you think?
The Big East, at least in the rev sharing world, is going to spend more on basketball than the other leagues in that world because basketball's their priority.
Yeah, and I've gone to a game at Maryland before when they played Michigan. Villanova, to me, is a much more basketball crazy environment than Maryland. Like Villanova, that's it. You're going there. That's one of those schools. It's basketball, and it's UConn. That's all they have. It's the center. You're the coach of the campus. If Maryland gets good at football, that's always going to be the priority.
Care more about
Can
that.
I ask a question? What was it like?
Of course.
What was it like watching last Saturday night's Duke Alabama game?
Stuff.
Oh, by the way, I actually have to say something real quick. I have refound my hate for Duke.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, this is big.
Come
Yeah,
on.
this is huge. No, here's why. So I've been struggling this tournament because I'm like, I hate the fact that I don't hate him enough. Did you guys see there was an article written today about how John Shire is shining because Coach K stepped away from the shadows, basically giving Coach K credit for these last 3 years? My hate is reborn.
I thought you would just say the hate's reborn from that Olympic documentary in which Krzyzewski tried to say they lost on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
you mean when Coach K kept the job for like 6 cycles when you're not supposed to do that as coach of Team USA? Yeah, that guy?
So if Duke wins 2 more games, this is the Coach K title.
They literally, I'll send you the article. They're like, oh, Coach K stayed in the shadows. And they even lied in the article. They're like, oh, Coach K had not come to a game until this year. That's a lie. He was at a game like 2 years ago.
Definitely a game.
Yeah, he was at Mike Bray's last game, I think, at Cameron.
Yeah.
So, yeah, reborn. But go ahead. Duke annihilated Bama. They pantsed them.
Alabama had a strong year.
No, but you know what
Very
Alabama's
strong,
problem is? I'll tell you what Alabama's problem is. Nate Oates builds a team that basically relies on being exceptionally hot from 3 for 6 straight games. That's hard to do.
You say that, but they shot the most efficient from 2 in the country.
Here we go.
Okay,
61%
but
from
what
2.
happened? The minute the threes don't fall against Duke, they fucking look like assholes.
I will say,
Duke had a bunch of physical guys, so they out physical them. They got the looks. The shots do have to go down.
Okay.
They got the shots.
Right,
He had
but you're
like
going to have a game. To win the tournament, you're going to have a game where
How
you
many
You
times
say that Nova ran through 2016 and 2018.
those teams,
firing
those
threes.
Nova teams were filled with like 5 NBA guys.
NBA players.
Yeah.
Think about it. In 2016, I'll give you a story. In 2016, when they won the championship, during the post-game press conferences, it was Arcidiacono and Jenkins and Daniel Shefu. And in the corner of the locker room was Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges.
Yes, right.
And they were both talking. They're like, this will be us soon.
Yeah.
This will be us
Jalen
soon.
Brunson
That
backing
was
him down. The
Villanova.
point guard backing him down.
That's when they beat Michigan. I
Right.
was here for that. That's the game I thought I put Sister Jean into an early grave. She's still kicking to her
She
credit.
is still rolling.
And by the way, that was when Bosco said before that tournament, you can't win with threes. Now he's Mr. 3.
Now you're Mr. 3.
You
You're
are
Mr.
Mr. 3.
You actually called into
Francesa.
So are we
I've
getting,
seen the light. The game changed.
are we getting a plan B in the offseason, or we're just sticking with it?
We're just going threes.
Efficient shots, rim touches, and threes.
What about
That's what we're
defense?
looking at.
So are you?
You say that he was third. He's been 25th, and he's been
not
third.
this year.
3 out of
But
6.
it's
the-
3 out of 6 years.
hey, why are you getting
3 out of 6.
defensive?
It's not-
He's getting very defensive.
Why are you
He's
getting
very
defensive?
There's 2 sides. We
I
play
wish
both
he was
sides
here to
of
talk
the
about
ball.
this. We could talk
Fair
ball
enough.
with him.
Right.
Coach Bosco, what are you going to do in the transfer portal this offseason in Tuscaloosa? What would you do?
Couple of physical guys, some bigs, obviously.
Yeah.
Like we got out physical. So
You want some dogs?
We want some dogs.
Well,
yeah.
Cliff Amore was supposed to be that.
I think they oversold it.
Yeah.
He was not. I mean, I wasn't impressed.
Let me
with
ask you this
Amore.
about Alabama. We're talking football schools, basketball schools. Basketball is always going to be distant. I don't even know if you can say 2. I don't know if there is a 2 at Alabama.
Yeah, it's
There's
Alabama and then
football
a
and
spring
everything
game,
else.
spring game
Yeah,
Alabama.
So
Yeah.
it's 2 things. It's football and everything else.
So
Yeah,
there's
I
a
got
guy like Nate Oates. Is he going to pack his stakes up and get out of there?
it. No, I think he's building a superpower down there.
But
He's
I don't-
already. He didn't even
When
interview at
UNC
Kentucky.
when UNC opens,
They said that.
when UNC opened.
He's building something in Alabama.
What we
Building
really
something in
what we
Alabama.
should be rooting for though is like the Sacramento Kings to hire Nate Oates. So Bosco has to stay up till 1 a.m. watching NBA.
Waiting to send
Titus,
check
I'll
marks.
ask you: has there ever been, or anybody, has there ever been a football superpower that is also a basketball?
Florida.
Florida.
Florida literally won national titles at the same
Florida.
time in both.
But I would argue that they got a 2 to 3.
What about Ohio State?
Florida and Ohio State
Under-
in that stretch were
No,
both
but
doing
No,
both.
we were a football school.
But
yeah,
like
it's
Florida got hot with that unbelievable team. You could argue the greatest team of all time, that back-to-back. But other than that, they haven't been routinely good. They had one
No,
good class.
It's been a while.
No,
It's been
but
a while.
that stretch was they won both
But
at
they
the
had
same
one
time.
Good, yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
talking like a premier football program.
No.
that you
Yeah.
like.
No,
you don't
it's
go
a-
into
it's
this.
hard.
Yeah,
How
you-
many blue blood football programs have had their basketball program get up to elevate to equal
Right.
standard?
Hard
It
to
doesn't
stay there.
Stay there. Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't happen.
And
It's
stay
hard-
there.
It
Hard-
doesn't
is-
happen.
It is
yeah.
hard to do.
Well,
Yeah.
that's where like a Michigan State, their football program's never been able to
Yeah.
stay
Correct.
there.
Well,
Right.
what makes it interesting too is there's only so many dollars these
Right.
people have. You know, like the if you're rich as fuck and you love the Tide, are you putting your money into football or basketball?
Right.
Football, without a doubt.
But
Yeah,
you know,
so
you know who
like-
should be there? You know who should be there?
Who?
Texas.
Yeah. Well,
The,
Texas
the
does-
Longhorns should be. They
Yeah.
just hired Sean Miller.
Texas and USC are kind of similar, where they'll have like incredible talent in basketball that they recruit, and they'll have flashes, but they won't stay. They won't stay there.
Do you think Texas football is here to?
I mean,
they should be.
They've got it rolling right now.
I don't know if
Yeah.
I can speak to this because I've never been recruited. But let's say I'm a Division I superstar basketball recruit.
Arizona. I don't know why
I
everyone
wouldn't
doesn't go to
to
Arizona.
I wouldn't go to Texas. I wouldn't go to
Go to Arizona.
Florida. I don't want to be overshadowed by football.
Yeah.
So I think it's hard for these, like, why isn't Texas? Because it's football. Why isn't Florida? Yeah, Florida's great this year. They weren't picked to be great,
No,
were they?
No, well, they were.
We thought
they
they'd be
were-
pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't
By
know
the
if
way,
we thought they'd be Final Four. We were still skeptical if they would
Yeah.
be that level of a team.
Yeah.
Did you guys see Fanta in the locker room today with the Florida team?
No.
Incredible interview work.
What happened?
I think we have the clip. I sent it to Nick.
The 7'9" guy.
Look at this.
He's 7'9", Olivier Rioux.
Fanta. Oh, you did great. That's how you get in there, Fanta. You got
gotta-
in the mix.
What you got to do, you got to pursue the interviewee. You have to be able to, I'm telling you, it's like anything. It's like boxing out. You've got to wiggle a little bit in the locker room. You got to shake your way to the player or the coach and maneuver your way to get the microphone there to get the interview questions off. This is the maneuverability required to cover the madness.
Facts.
Just
That's
like you in
facts.
seat 21 on that bus. Let's give this guy a round of applause for busting down
Yeah.
here.
It's his Final Four. Hey, Bosco, what's the best number you've got? You got into Duke?
Yeah, I know somebody at Duke.
No, you got someone today.
I got somebody today, but I already had somebody there as well.
But you weren't able to get a tour.
I was not. There was camp going on.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't do it.
So who'd you get? What's the best number you got?
Pumped. People directly into
Did
the
you
pumps.
go to the Pumps party?
I was at the Pumps party. He
Are
was
you-
meeting.
How
He had
was it?
meetings in the back.
Are you the belle of the ball at this thing? The Pumps party?
He honestly, this guy's holding court here at the
Is
front.
he?
I mean, you know me, Dave. Like, I just want a nice beer, and I sit and talk with the people. He's got business to
He's working.
acquire.
He's working.
Can I ask? I have another question, though. I just want to set the record straight
Yeah.
since we're all here. I never thought it was you, but that was not you on the Spaces,
It's not
right?
me. It's not me.
Oh, we got. By the way, we've got Bosco his appearance today.
You're on
got
local
it?
news?
He requested.
I didn't request.
Jack.
They're walking
Jack,
by.
You were on
Jack
local
was with him.
news.
Jack went. They went up to him. I'll
Hey,
tell
what's
you
Jack's
exactly-
favorite soda, by the way, for the crowd?
Oh, okay. Jack, hold on. I'll tell you exactly what was said. My source inside of it. He said, Jack, wait, here we go. He walked by and said, "What are you guys doing?" Guy said, "Filming fans of the Final Four." And he said, "Oh, you got to do me. I have a great story about how I had to bust down here."
We live in a world of clips. Give me
Yeah.
another clip.
I love it.
Get it
fire
out
him
there.
in.
Get it out there.
Get it out
Well, why
there.
don't you do your ad read speaking
Yeah,
of the
we'll
bus?
do an
They're
ad
here.
read. Speaking of this, fueled me on the bus. Everyman Jack. Everyman Jack is a clean men's brand made specifically for guys. From body wash to deodorant, hair to beard care. They've got everything you need to look, smell, and feel great. This is the first men's personal care brand you don't have to compromise on. Price, scent, or quality. Shop Everyman Jack body wash and deodorant at Walmart, Target, Amazon, and everymanjack.com.
Bosco. I love that it says Rico Bosco Final Four fan. That's great.
Yeah, I am a Final Four fan.
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah, look at this.
From New York, with one of them actually losing a bet, having to take a bus here.
Greyhound bus.
Final Four fan. It's Bosco's world. I love it.
He's really pushing this tornado narrative.
That's unreal.
Oh, and then they throw in the bus. Nice B-roll with the bus.
So was there an actual tornado near you?
Yeah, you kidding me? It was Memphis. It was the literal tornado warnings.
He's a survivor.
What's that? Just because you're Memphis doesn't automatically mean
It was Memphis.
I mean, you said Memphis.
Yeah, are you kidding?
Memphis like we all knew.
Yeah, like, are you kidding me, guys? It was Memphis.
That's where it was. It was in Memphis. Yeah, it was.
Were you afraid?
100%.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, I was.
I don't believe it.
Rainy. It was bad.
It was rainy.
Should we try to start breaking down these two games today?
Yeah, we got to
Tomorrow.
put together a parlay for Jack. I don't know if we want to do the big
And by the way,
parlay.
for the Final Four, without a shadow of a doubt, tomorrow is the special day.
Yes.
When you have all 4 teams still in it.
Number 1 seeds.
Yeah, but you keep pushing that. I wish we had a little bit of a Cinderella. I don't love that it's all chalk.
Okay.
I think it was kind of a boring
I
tournament.
told you, I guarantee we're going to see something next year.
I hope so. But you got all 4 fan bases thinking they're going to win the national championship. It thins out a little bit on, Monday. I actually don't love the Saturday. I almost wish Friday, Sunday, maybe a little bit more of a
The women
format.
have the Friday, Sunday.
Yeah, but they could do the Thursday, Saturday.
I'll talk some women's ball in a minute. I love the women's.
I got a pick for you there.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Who do you got?
I'm telling you right now. Gino Auriemma's reclaiming the throne this year, folks.
I think Texas is going to start hot against South Carolina.
I hate Gino Auriemma. I hate Gino Auriemma. Let me tell you about Gino.
Oh, Dave.
I'm going to tell you why I hate Gino. First of all, it started with him saying Caitlin Clark couldn't play in the WNBA. She was too slow. Her game wouldn't translate. But it's really this. This man is a media ego hog. And that's why I didn't like Caitlin, because he wants all the attention on his team, his player, and she's great. Buckets there is great. But he would never give Caitlin the shine because everyone was talking about her. And he's jealous, and he just wants a microphone in his face, and that's why I don't like him. He could never give Caitlin her flowers. Caitlin saved the women's game. The women's game, I don't know what the ratings are this year. How are they doing versus the men this year?
They're playing right now.
Yeah, the women's ratings have been strong. But they have not been at the level that Caitlin had them at last year.
Juju going down, obviously.
Yeah,
really hurt it,
no
but
question about it.
Yeah, I just think the way he could not be man enough to give her the credit because she wasn't on his team, and it drives me.
And she wanted to go to UConn, right?
Yes, yes, he didn't recruit her.
The ratings are going to be strong tomorrow. No, I agree with you though. Tomorrow is a holiday. Monday only one game. It's at 9 o'clock at night on the East Coast. Tomorrow's the big day.
Did you ever see that?
And I think we need a great game, Mark.
You were down at the Alamo Dome today?
Yes.
You were there?
Yes.
Does the buzz rise to the level of 4-1 seeds?
Oh, it does. Yeah. No.
With not only 4-1 seeds, John, we might have the 3 best players in the country in this final.
Yeah.
No, that's correct.
How many times does that happen?
Not Mike.
Well,
we do.
I'm with respect to others, but it is those 3.
No, Cooper Flag is otherworldly.
How often does that happen?
It's not common that you have the number 1 pick in the draft all year long has been sensational. There's been no ruts. There's been no lulls. At worst, he's going to be the number 2 on an NBA playoff team. At best, he could be a 15-year All-Star, who's one of the best players in the league. Janai Broom's had a sensational year. This kid transfers from Morehead State. Who likes Janai Broom here? Let me hear you say Broom. This kid has been phenomenal. His ability to be versatile offensively, Mark, is special. He can do it on the inside. He can even do it on the perimeter. He plays so hard. And Walter Clayton is Mr. Clutch.
He's been unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I mean, he has been that dude for them. They're down 75-66 with 2:51 to go. They played the analytics. You got to like Coach Golden's analytical play to say, you know what? I'm going to foul earlier. Forget fouling in the last minute of the game. Let's do it a little bit earlier. Make your free throws, kids. Texas Tech didn't. They went home.
This is a little side question as we're going through the buzz which he asked at the Alamo Dome. Let's say this is a neutral site because Houston's the closest team. Rank these fan bases in terms of loyalty to their program. Let's say this game was played on the moon. Who would show up with the most fans to support their team, in your opinion?
Wow, that's a really good question.
Really good question.
Well,
Man.
Duke has a Yankees-Dodgers-like effect. That's their fan base. They're a blue blood for a reason. Those people they show up.
Yeah.
They show up. So it's hard. It's almost hard to like.
So Duke
Duke
won.
won. Duke won.
Okay.
Auburn 2.
Wow. Auburn 2.
Wow. Auburn 2.
Yeah.
War Eagle. I'm telling you, the jungle has become one of the best atmospheres in college basketball. That place is special.
It is.
I mean, you want to talk about, if you're a member of the jungle, let me hear you.
Love that.
I think it's really strong. Bruce has built this. Bruce has been on this show.
Yeah, big fan.
You know what I love about Bruce? He gets it.
Yeah, he does.
He understands how to publicize his program, publicize his players. They don't. When I talked to Bruce and Nate before the rivalry game, they're like, "Hell yeah, it's a rivalry. We want to beat the hell out of each other."
Yep.
Sports needs more of that. Auburn's 2. It's hard for me from there 3-4 because I haven't seen. I want to see Florida and Houston fans. I don't know. Like, where do you stand with that?
I don't know.
I'm not trying to cop out. I just don't know.
I feel like Houston's kind of got a similar thing with Auburn where, that's become
Did you guys come from Florida?
You came from Florida?
Okay.
Houston's got the thing with Auburn where Kelvin Sampson built this up from nothing. And
Right.
he has all
Amazing.
these people, excited at a level they've never been before.
Before Kelvin got there,
Yeah.
they hadn't won an NCAA tournament game since Olajuwon.
That's crazy.
That was
That is
1984.
Really?
That's crazy.
I would probably
A game. That's 30 years.
That's crazy.
See, I even though these Florida fans are here, living in the state of Florida, I generally don't think sports fandom is as passionate as it is in the SEC of the Northeast because the weather is so nice. People are out just doing their thing. They care about football. I'll be curious to see how I think 2 months ago you could have walked through Gainesville and a lot of people may not have known they had a basketball team. That's just my impression of Florida.
Is that true?
Is that true, Gator fans?
Is that true?
They're not even listening.
No,
that's to your point. They're not even.
That
it's
wasn't
a warm weather thing.
They didn't help themselves
No,
there
they
when
didn't.
we asked.
They didn't.
Yeah.
I thought they were my pick, Florida, early in the season. I thought they had the best team. I didn't bet it. I should have. 16-1. I now think Duke is unbeatable.
Yeah.
I'll give you a big picture take on the sport. I think sometime in the next 2 to 3 years, Dusty May will be in the Final Four with the Michigan Wolverines.
Absolutely.
The trajectory of that program is real, guys.
He knows what he's doing.
He's a
He
great
does.
coach, great program, great school,
Great
great
assistants.
academics, great fans. There's
Right.
nothing not to love about Michigan basketball.
Just got to keep the luck going.
Yeah.
Just keep every game as long as it's close. Just get lucky and have the ball bounce your way.
I tell
and
you
you'll
what,
be fine. As long as you do that.
I was texting Dan because we were at the bar. We had an event. They're up 10 with 10 minutes to go versus Auburn. We have them at 80-1. I'm like, damn, this thing. And then credit to Auburn. They just caught fire.
You had him at 80-1.
Well, yeah, we bet them
During
after
the tournament.
Yeah, during the tournament. They were
Dave was like,
80-1.
let's take a look. Like, everybody take a look at Michigan right now.
Yeah.
And we all kind of fired away, and it made
Did
sense.
you see Izzo today? The picture of him at the game, the Tigers game, Dave?
Yeah, like
getting a he was getting a phone call and he looked like really upset. I think it was probably Cone Carr being like, I'm transferring or something. It was great.
Can I ask you a question? You're a college basketball guy.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to infinity, how big of a baby is Izzo? Now, that whole song and dance when Michigan was standing at the logo, at the half court during the free throw. Who stands on my
Dave.
logo?
Come on, Dave.
How is it always? How is it always?
Tom is-
Michigan is always at the center of these things.
Tom
Maybe
is one
it's
of the-
you.
It's always Michigan.
Maybe
Tom
it's you.
is one of the
Always
best of all time. He is not a baby. He's a Hall of Famer. I think he's a great
Set
guy
him
to the
straight.
sport. He's a tremendous coach. Tom Izzo
Rico
is
doesn't think
is
he's
a
won
gift
enough.
to college basketball.
It's
He's
very hard to win
He's
a
one of the
title.
legendary
Very
figures.
hard.
It is. I mean, that's
He took, if you went there for, I think, 20 years and you went from freshman to senior year, he took you to a Final Four.
Yeah.
It's unbelievably impressive.
Do you
And then he
think-
ran into a couple of buzzsaws.
Wait, what?
If you started there for a long period of time, correct me if I'm wrong, for a long period of time, if you went to Michigan State and played for 4 years, you at least went to one
That's
Final
true.
Four.
Yeah.
That
I
is
forget when
yeah,
that
yeah.
stopped being a thing.
It was.
It
yeah.
stopped being a thing for a little bit.
was like a
but for
solid every
long
The last
period-
time they
go-
were in a Final Four.
they went in 2019.
19 against Zion.
And they
So
were
it's 2025.
and they were there in 14.
15.
Well, they had that.
Yeah,
15.
15.
Yeah, they were there in 15.
They had the Flintstones and Mo Pete. That was
That's
a
right.
great class.
That's right.
That was a great class. I can do that.
Do you think Alabama will be back next year?
We got to see what we're bringing back. But I think we're in the top 25 every single year.
How many sweatsuits do you have? Between them, Kansas State.
Yeah, 20.
Washington.
Closing in on
Washington?
20, 25. Yeah.
Danny Sprinkle.
Well,
he
I
forgot about Danny Sprinkle this year.
No, I didn't.
It's
his first year in.
Yeah, but they
First year
sucked,
in.
and you just kind of forgot about Danny Sprinkle.
Every win, he's still got a checkmark text.
Oh, okay. All right, good.
Let me ask you a question, John and Mark. You said Duke is unbeatable, and they might be. They're really good. But are we overlooking Houston in the toughness of what they have and how good of a coach Sampson is? Like, it just seems like they're the afterthought. Janai Broome, Duke, Florida as good as they are.
Yeah, I mean,
Why
it's
is
a talent. It's a talent thing. It's a talent. Like, Duke has, 8 NBA players? Houston has, who on Houston's roster can you point to and say in 5 or 7 years they will be playing NBA basketball?
They could definitely.
That's 100% fair.
Maybe Milo Suzan.
I like their culture. I like their coach. I like how hard they play. I think they're very, very fucking good, and they could win this thing. But that's where you start.
But that's your answer.
Yeah,
they could win this thing.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's one game. It's one game.
It's one game. But that's the reason Duke is. I mean, Duke's got dudes that
But that's.
They got dudes coming off the bench that they don't even need that are going to play.
Yeah, but in a one-game format, like that, I just think.
But that's why this Final Four is so good. That's why this Final Four is so glorious, America. All 4 of these teams walk in tomorrow, and you feel like they all have a shot.
Johnny doesn't like the Cinderellas. He doesn't like the little guys.
Yeah.
I do like the Cinderella.
I'm just
I
kidding.
do. I you know what? I do like the Cinderella because, I found my wife, and honestly, in that moment, I felt like a Cinderella as a 14 seed. I needed to find a 3 seed that would actually match up with me, Dave, and God bless her, she did.
I don't think every team has a chance.
Why don't you think that?
Because it's kind of what Mark was just saying. To a degree, basketball, almost more than other sports, the talent, the deeper you go, where it's overwhelming talent, which I think Duke has overwhelming talent and length. Like
Right.
so
they made Alabama look
they're
tiny.
so goddamn tall
They
on
did.
defense.
Mark Sears looked tiny.
I'm worried they're going to do to LJ Cryer what they did to Mark
Sears.
Which
Yeah.
is
Mark
just
Sears
make
looked
him
tiny.
Looked 6'1".
Yes.
He's never looked more 6'1".
He was the most 6'1" guy of
he's
all
ever
time.
been. Yeah.
I feel like that's
you
what
kind of knew it right away. Their
old,
size, it just
old
swallowed
Kentucky teams used to do that. You'd be like, holy shit, you can't even get a shot off. So that's what
And there's
worries
nothing
me.
you could do because all 5 guys would do. Like, Duke's shortest player, 6'6", 6'7". So, no matter how many times they switch,
Well, that's the problem.
you can't find the matchup.
No,
you keep setting ball screens. You're going to keep seeing a 6'7" guy guarding.
It's interesting because in years past, we've said with Houston, if they're going to win a game of this magnitude against the heavyweight, they got to win it with complete grit and physicality. That's not the total formula against a team that doesn't have a guy under 6'5" in their rotation. It's ironic because in this particular game, Houston's got to knock down perimeter shots to have a real shot.
Right.
They got to come out, and the first 5 minutes is key. If they fall behind 10-2 to Duke, it's over.
It's a make-or-miss
And
league.
You're not. Milo Suzan, LJ Cryer, Emmanuel Sharp got to bring their A game. Got to be locked in, and then you force Duke's offense in the half court, so it gives you a better
to that
shot.
point, though, Houston shoots exceptional from 3-point.
They shoot well. They do. They
don't
shoot
shoot
well.
a ton, though.
Yeah,
they don't shoot a ton. But I agree with you, Rico, that Houston's defense could bring toughness, create problems for Duke's offense. The problem is they're going to have to score on Duke's defense.
Right. And the
That's
one
the issue.
I don't trust
Duke is
it. Yeah.
unbelievable.
The one thing I would say
We're not
too,
giving
for
enough
Houston-
credit to Duke's defense.
No, Duke's defense is incredible. They don't have any flaws. The one thing I would say for Houston in this game specifically, it's going to be a very slow-paced game. And when you have a slow-paced game, less possessions, the talent disparity doesn't show through as much. Because Duke is remarkably slow this year. They played very slow, and they're also kind of a pace chameleon. Well, they'll play to the other team's pace. So Houston's going to slow it down. If it's a 62-possession game, it doesn't matter
Maybe
as
throwing
much.
a few flops. You
Yeah,
know?
right.
Get Cooper in foul trouble.
Yeah.
Do you believe that John Shire's the next great one?
I think he's pretty damn good.
I think he's on his way. Yeah, I think he's on his way.
He's 89-21.
He's pretty damn good.
With a win tomorrow, he will have won the most games by any coach.
I think
in
he's
their
better
first
than
3
Coach
years
K,
ever.
actually. I think he's probably better than Coach K.
What percentage of this, for college coach, and I don't know how any of them do it, it's all recruiting. Any coach could be great with this roster.
It's also money management.
Sure.
Yeah, and
Are we
I
gonna
don't
pay
totally
people?
agree with that.
Why?
Because Cal had the best roster for 10 years in a row. Didn't win a title. He won one in 2012. He didn't win one after that. So I think there's definitely getting everyone to play together and especially I think it's actually harder what John Shire in a weird way is doing now when you get 3 18-year-old guys and getting them to this level. I know obviously they were great coming in, but a lot of teams can just, they get Janai Broom's like 25 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is he an NBA guy?
I mean, it's tough when you're 25 years old still playing. I don't know if he's actually 25. Is he 24?
Janai is 24, I believe.
Yeah.
24.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Baker
he might get a
Mazzara's
look. Yeah.
25.
Yeah, right.
I think.
I think it's more impressive in a weird way. Like
we're watching a rec league game.
But
John.
like Cal,
we're going down to local YMCA. We got 25-year-old guys.
But how many years in a row? How many years in a row did Cal? You're like Kentucky has the best roster, and
25.
They didn't. Yeah, no, it's.
Yeah, I mean, the thing
done
with this
with
Duke
that,
team,
though.
it's not just that they have the talent. It's not like they just went to the recruiting rankings and were like, I'll take the top 5 or whatever and throw them out there. They all fit perfectly together.
Right.
They all play very well together. They all know their roles. It's been really fun to watch, but I don't think they're unbeatable.
No.
But I also think they're the pretty obvious favorite. They're
you know what?
the very obvious favorite.
I agree with that, but you also have to wonder, in New Orleans in 2022, now I did pick Carolina. I don't know who you guys picked.
Carolina.
You picked Carolina.
To beat Duke? Yeah.
All throughout the week, it was the Duke coronation.
That's right.
It was Mike Krzyzewski. It was that team that they're going to do it. They're destined to do it.
I put them in the grave.
The country really crowned them. And then the game rolled around, and you just summed it up.
Let me see if
Houston's going to slow this game down. They're going to try to make it a bar fight. They're going to take it possession by possession. And their goal, if I'm Houston, is at the under 4 timeout in the second half, 1 possession game.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, it's anybody's ball game. It comes down to shot making, and Houston has enough to do it.
I don't know that they're going to be able to get their shots off. Venmo.
I love Houston Saturday.
You do?
Yeah, I really do.
He keeps talking about it.
I also think like what Sampson has done in the last 6 years, like they've been close a couple.
I got to be honest. I don't know that the last 6 years has any bearing on
it
tomorrow.
It doesn't, but it's a great culture. He's got guys who want to rebound, play defense. They're tough fucking guys in a one-game thing. You also have the revenge factor from last year. They lose their best player in a 2-point game against Duke. Like, I don't know. I think Houston's ready to go. And as good as Duke
is, a far superior Duke team.
In a one-game format, that's what's great about this. Somebody can take down the big
That
dog.
is what's great
We've
about
seen it
this.
happen. The number
tell
one
us-
team does not always win.
Let me get back to the Tees game here. Dave, tell us more about Venmo.
Thank you. Venmo has been with us all tournament long.
What a pro.
Sign up for the Venmo debit card in seconds. Earn up to 5% cash back at top brands when you shop with the Venmo debit card. Whether you're splitting the bar tab or snacks for the watch party at home, use Venmo debit card for the game day assist. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. pursuant to license by MasterCard International Incorporated. Dosh. Offer terms apply. Start spending your Venmo balance instantly with the Venmo debit card. Sign up today at venmo.com/card/apply. Great read from me.
Good job, Dave.
I'm curious.
Good job, Dave.
You tell me. I want to know the John Fanta schedule tomorrow. Like what? Like you roll out of bed. It's Christmas morning, I assume, for you. What does your day entail?
Yeah. Are you singing in the shower?
I will wake up. I'll throw on the theme song to Hoosiers. Bum bum ba 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 bum bum ba 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 bum bum ba 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 ba.
Great.
You got to do that. I need you like dancing
Barbara
around in your
Hershey.
boxers in your hotel room with that going on.
Right. So I'll take the shower in the morning. I'll get a good English muffin in my system.
Love that.
I'll take a final look at notes. We'll rebump some of the interviews, some of the pieces of content, some of the columns. I'll do a couple of the pregame shows. I'll host, come and field the 68 pregame show. I'm actually going to meet Shaq tomorrow.
Oh,
for a little bit. Do that.
The way you said that, have you met Shaq before?
I've never met him.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Is there any people in the college basketball world where you're still like, man, I'd like to meet this person?
Well, I've never really done a show or an interview with Barkley.
Oh, okay.
So it's on my mind.
That's
at some
up there,
point.
yeah.
It's on my mind at some. But we have a couple boos here.
Well,
there,
Auburn.
there.
Oh no,
Yeah.
he doesn't. I mean, he calls all the women in San Antonio.
Oh yeah.
fat.
Oh
That's
yeah.
right. That's got a beef.
Yeah.
Got a beef.
I don't know. Look, and then I'll head over. The ride to the Alamo Dome You know, the ride to any of these venues, Dave, for that Final Four Saturday, or the walkover. Where I love the walkover.
Yeah.
Every fan base.
No, these
the
cities,
pageantry.
Yeah.
It's even the bar scene tomorrow on the Riverwalk.
Yep. That's why it should always be in the city where you can walk. It should be New Orleans. Should
I
be
fucking
Indy.
love it here.
Yeah.
I love it in San Antonio. I'm a native of Indianapolis. I think the Final Four should just basically go San Antonio, Indianapolis,
New Orleans.
Pepper in New Orleans. Yeah.
I met High Noon people
That's
earlier.
it. That's
One
all we
was
need.
Houston, one was San Diego, San Antonio. San Antonio is a 10x city for Houston.
Yeah.
Like Houston's
Oh, yeah.
too spread out. San
yeah.
Antonio's
Way too
great.
spread
No,
out.
Arizona,
Way too
Houston,
spread
they're
Yeah,
way too
awful,
spread out.
Awful.
Listen, I'm gonna say this right now. I think New Orleans is a lot of fun and a special city. I think Vegas can be special too. I think Indianapolis knows how to host an event, but San Antonio should be hosting the Final Four every 3 years at minimum.
Wow.
Give me a taco. Give me a margarita, and let's hoop, baby, San Antonio!
I can't wait till Indy next year, and
Yeah,
he's just
he
like,
just does the same
Indianapolis is the best
I don't
place.
know about that.
every
I'm not
year.
gonna-
Every year in Indy.
No, although last time I was in Indy, the Browns stole a win out their ass at Lucas Oil.
Okay,
Two
okay.
pass interference penalties. P.J. Walker let us down the field.
I'm sorry about what Jimmy Haslam said about Deshaun. I know Deshaun Watson's your guy.
So, yeah, I mean, here's the thing on that one. As I said earlier this week, I'm going to say it again, Dave. I don't know if you heard the reference. Did you hear my take on this?
No, I haven't.
So to me, this is Jimmy apologizing.
I saw that.
Was the divorced parents, and when they get ready to get a divorce, they call the kids in, and they say, hey, Mom and Dad, it didn't work out. We're going to move on.
Right.
Except only one of the parents showed up.
Yeah.
This was the other parent 15 years later, had a couple drinks in their system, and finally could stomach it at the backyard barbecue. Kids, I did make a mistake.
Yeah.
We didn't make the right move there.
My bad.
Jimmy, are you kidding me? No shot, buddy. $230 million to Deshaun Watson. He couldn't throw a football. It was the most incompetent quarterback play I've ever seen in my life. I need Coach Gruden in my life. I've got to meet this guy because I need to find my
Fanta
quarterback.
Gruden.
I need to find my quarterback. I know all of you probably aren't Cleveland
had
Browns
him.
fans, but
You had him.
we need
He's playing in Tampa right now, John.
right now.
You ran him out of town.
But he was never.
You ran him out of town.
He was never going to win a Super Bowl.
Oh, you
Who
ran
do
him
these
out of
people
town.
root for in football? Who does San Antonio?
Cowboys?
Cowboys. How far are we from Dallas?
5
Cowboys.
hours. I know
5
that-
hours.
5 or 6. I know that firsthand.
Oh, there you go. Attaboy.
Are they?
Four. They're saying 4 hours.
Do we have a lot of Cowboys fans here? Do we have Cowboy fans? Well, then we might as well say it then, right? Can I say it?
You want to do a how about them, Cowboy?
How about them Cleveland Browns?
By the way, I have a take. We're in San Antonio. I hate Popovich.
Oh, really?
I absolutely hate Popovich.
I
Way
love
to
the
turn
Papa-
the room.
the
He
Popovich
is-
Way to
too.
turn the room.
He is an absolute pompous asshole. I could coach
But he
the team he has.
also kind of deserves to be a pompous
Well,
asshole. He's won for
What,
a million
I mean,
years.
wasn't he the announcer? He's like, oh, we have Tim Duncan, we got Ginobili, we got this guy, we got that. I'll coach these guys. Anybody could win with them. He is the most arrogant,
I don't know about
pompous
that, Dave.
asshole.
He's one of the greatest coaches in basketball
Absolutely
history.
You're
not.
pretending like Manu Ginobili was like the first pick in the draft.
They were loaded.
Yeah, but they were loaded partly because they got guys from places they never did.
Go Spurs, go!
I have no
Go
problem with
Spurs,
Spurs.
go!
Go
Spurs, go!
I have no problem with
Go.
the Spurs. I respect the Spurs dynasty. I just don't like Popovich. I like their players. I don't like the coach. I don't like when he goes and he grabs the microphone. He's like, "Shut up, everybody! Just coach the team." He thinks he's God. He thinks he's the righteous morality. He's like
don't like
he
Popovich.
always lectures you. I always feel like Popovich is lecturing me. I don't want to hear from you. Coach your team and shut up. I forgot. I did a pizza review today, and he was on the window. It's like,
oh,
I
yeah,
forgot.
I hate
I
Popovich.
fucking hate Popovich.
How was the pizza?
It was average at that place. Yeah, I had good pizza, though. Lover's Pizza, great.
Are you a Popovich
Great.
guy, Rico?
Yeah,
He's a coaching whisperer.
Yeah, I mean, not so much in the NBA, but you got to respect what he's done. He's won
Why?
forever. Because he's won forever.
You know who we saw in the hotel today? I don't
Everyone's staying in our hotel.
I don't get flabbergasted that much. I saw Pat Riley.
Legend.
Wow.
Pat Riley was excited to see me, and I had never met him. I was like, holy shit. Like he introduced his wife.
How'd it go?
Jay,
How'd it go?
Good. It was. I mean, it was a quick combo. It was like, big fan
Mello?
of what you do. Good to see you. Introduce. I mean,
Mello's
Pat,
at our hotel.
I said,
Oh,
Pat,
yeah?
me and you have been on opposite ends of the street for a while because I'm a Celtics fan. He's like, yeah, I know, but good combo. Pat Riley is so cool.
Oh,
it's insane.
the Godfather.
Do you feel confident that the Celtics will make another run to a title?
I have already done a can't lose parlay.
Can't say that.
I can't say can't lose, but I have a parlay for anybody in a gambling
I know all
state.
too well.
Jack sweating.
The Boston Celtics to win the World Championship parlayed with the Indiana Fever.
Wow.
Fever are loaded.
And just
The
so
Fever,
we're
I
clear,
like
that
that
can
pick.
lose.
That's
it.
it.
Could lose.
I mean, I am you know where I'm
Could
from,
lose.
Yeah.
so you know my team.
Yep.
And I think my Caps have had a sensational year.
They can't match up with us.
But I think that Boston is still the best
What
team
about
in the
the
league.
Thunder?
until someone
OKC
takes-
is very
Okay,
good.
OKC is
Yeah.
Very
awesome.
good.
And that would be a tremendous finals.
Tremendous.
It's going to be a good. I think the NBA playoffs are going to be strong.
Yeah.
Calling it right. It's going to be a
They
strong.
got to make
postseason.
up for this debacle of the college tournament.
Yeah, that's true, John. John, you got to call it like you see it. It hasn't been a good
No,
tournament.
you have-
I'm
no,
excited.
it hasn't
These
been.
games tomorrow
No.
and Monday better suck my dick. They better be so fucking good. Oh,
It has
my
not
God.
been. It has not been what we're conditioned to. But you remember an elite Final Four and championship game
So
if
they
they
better be
deliver.
good. Right.
They better be good.
They better
Time
be
to
good.
step up and deliver.
Which
Yeah.
the
And,
last time all four ones, the only time, made the championship, we had a classic final.
We had a shitty Final Four, though.
Well, yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
semifinals games weren't good.
But you know what?
The,
That's
the,
why I
the
said
Saturday night was not good
you-
that year.
Monday was exceptional.
You
Yeah.
always
Monday
remember.
was, yeah.
You always
Yeah,
remember
I'm
the
saying,
final,
you
if it's
remember
that
the
good.
final.
You always.
He said
yes.
final, and that's like
Yeah, final. Yeah.
I
We're
would-
all
That
on
was
the
the
same
one
page.
when
We're on the same
Packer.
page.
That was the one when Packer said this one's over.
It was
right?
like 40
did
to
say
12.
this
yeah,
one's
right
over.
away.
Yeah.
I would
Billy
argue
Packer.
that if you have a great final game, but a great shot or two in the first round upset, the first round's the memorable moment from the tournament.
Well, March Madness, like, as much as I love the Sweet
Nope.
16, Elite
Say it
Eight,
again.
if you have the upset shot in the first round, Valpo with the coach there, the final shot, and you have a great final shot, a great ending in the final, the early round upset is the signature moment of the tournament.
March Madness is the first 4 days.
That's
That's really what it is. I mean,
It
I
is.
love
That's
the
the
Sweet 16, I
madness.
love the Elite
Yeah.
8, but when you think of March Madness, it's
I
the
agree.
first 4 days.
No, we need to see that, more of that. We had it way too good, though, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We had 6 double-digit seeds in the second weekend of the NCAA tournament. We had so many upsets. This was a little bit of regulation. I don't think it's
what
forever.
happened 2 years ago when we were sitting in this spot, John? We had a shitty Final Four.
A lot of people were against it. I know.
We're all like, UConn's going to roll everybody, and then they did,
Yeah.
and then it was like, all
I
right.
went on a show ahead of the Final Four, and the whole interview was a different show. It wasn't a Barstool show. You guys are always great, and thank you for having me tonight. But this show, the whole interview was like, this Final Four is awful, isn't it, John? It's like, well, guys, do you want Cinderellas or
Yeah.
not? I know you
Right.
want
Yeah,
at least
San
one.
Diego
You want
State,
one, right?
FAU.
Well, I don't mind when we get to this stage, but I would have liked the Sweet 16 to have a couple teams in there.
But here's my theory. He rode that bus, or buses, for this Final Four to be epic.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Hey, remember,
Let's get 2 good ones and
This
then
is
a
the
great
final-
one Monday. Yeah.
this is Bosco's Final Four.
Is it?
Yes. It is. It is.
Any
He's
other
about-
bets? Like any other?
Let's
you know?
do
No,
a
I don't-
parlay
I-
right now. What do you like?
I like Houston.
All right, what do you like, Dave? We're going to put it together. We'll put it up on the DraftKings Sportsbook.
So, I mean, I like Duke, so that's the
Yeah.
exact opposite.
that's a
So
problem.
that's a tough parlay.
Yeah.
That's
Just
tough.
do it.
The
We could-
That's a tough parlay.
Florida Auburn is a coin flip to me. I have no idea.
Who are you
Okay.
picking? Who are you both picking?
How's Janai's elbow? You
He's
were there.
good.
He's fine.
He's 100%.
He's gonna be fine.
I've never seen a
That
guy.
was a weird. That
He
was a weird
hyperextended his
circumstance.
whole
Yeah.
body.
His whole body. He hurt everything on his body.
Listen,
And I forget who the reporter was, but she was like, he may never walk again. the way
Yeah,
they were talking.
that-
And
well,
then he comes out
right.
and hits a 3, and I.
listen, Florida's had a sensational year. Clayton has been so clutch. Offensively, they have an unlimited number of threats. Revenge is a scary thing. War Eagle tomorrow night.
Okay.
I like Auburn to pull it off and advance the championship game.
And then Duke.
And in the second game of the night, 5.5's a lot of points, even for Houston. So I don't know if I like the line, but I believe that Duke will advance past Houston, and we get an Auburn-Duke rematch from December when Duke won at Cameron.
And you get a good storyline because Duke and Auburn, it's been Duke and Auburn versus the field, and then they settle it. They've already played once, but you settle it at night, Monday night.
There it is, Bosco.
So that's what we kind of called it. The tournament's going to be chalky, and maybe it is. 1-2 in the season, and that's how it's going to go.
That's right. We have some Auburn fans here, and you could ask this for probably Florida. How many national championships could you win in basketball and trade for one in football? How many do you think they would do? Would you trade 5 basketball? 4
or 5.
4 for 1.
4 or 5.
What about Florida?
You got 4s.
Florida, how many?
Florida.
How 5? 5 basketballs for 1 foot. Now,
3, I'm seeing
Duke's different.
Duke will take
It's
1.
basketball and
I think Houston, they probably. I don't think Houston values basketball.
Either one of them.
Football. Yeah. They take
Honestly, now they've become a basketball school.
Yeah,
Houston's a
100%.
basketball school. Like, I don't know. And if they built the Fertitta Center, they have a world-class venue. Kelvin's done an unbelievable job. Whenever Kelvin retires, he's going to go to Kellen.
UFC guys,
go to the
Fertittas?
Yeah.
Brothers?
Yeah. Whenever Kelvin's done, it's going to go to his son.
They got a succession plan, unlike St. John's.
You been to that arena, John?
Yes, I went over the summer for the TBT.
Yeah.
Dave doesn't like that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We don't like the TV.
Okay, all right. Let me just
No,
let me move forward.
I have a story to tell you.
Tell him the story.
I'm going to tell him the story. The TBT did not exist. It was a non-existent thing. They said, hey, we need to get some hype for this thing. Barstool, will you put a team into the TBT? I said, yes. Me and Dan were on the team, bench warmers, recruited the players. We have a team.
We got minutes.
We got a couple.
We got a couple minutes.
So the team with the most votes gets, at this time, I don't know if they do it, gets to pick where they play the finals. They're going to put it on ESPN. We get the most votes. We put it in our backyard in Boston. We have 10,000 people at the game. We asked for one thing. Let Dan sing the national anthem for our people.
One thing.
That's it. They said no. I said, George, get to us.
We're done.
We never entered again.
Well,
we
you
made
know what?
like they sizzle
how about
reels
this?
of us and everything. They sizzle reeled us
let
to
them
death.
sing the anthem.
That's all we wanted.
Right.
A player to sing the anthem. It's never been
They're
done.
like, no, we don't want to make a mockery of it. I go, we're out forever.
You see what you've done, John?
I did not mean to cause
what
that.
you've
I did. Okay, anyways, Fertitta Center, great building, a terrific hoops venue. They have the power to beat. The fact that they are 30-1 in their last 31 and have owned the Big 12 the 2 years they've been at, you know how good the Big 12 is.
Yeah, of
They've
course.
dominated it. It's
When was
amazing.
the last time? When's the last time Bill Self lost 10 games?
This has been his worst 2-year window.
Yeah.
It's been his worst 2 years, and he will bounce back. But this is evidence that you could have all the money in the world.
Right.
You gotta fit the puzzle pieces, folks.
Yep. That's facts.
Gotta fit the puzzle pieces.
One thing the state of Texas got right is, correct me if I'm wrong, the Houston arena is like smaller, right? They build it.
Yeah.
They build a new arena, but it only holds like 10,000.
Yeah, they did it
Less than that.
intimately.
I love that.
Which hoops
Smart.
exactly?
Didn't Texas do that? And
Moody.
Baylor did that
Moody,
as well, right?
the house that McConaughey built. Sean Miller now at Texas. I think Texas hoops will ascend. I think we're going to see the Horns get going here. Hoops is meant. It's hard. I mean, I know why we're in a football stadium, but I wish we were in a basketball.
That's what makes the Big East so special in a lot of respects. A small little, you got UConn at Gamble or whatever, but those small, like the old 30 for 30 on the Big East, going to those small Providence dunks, I guess, big, but intimate. You want intimate, riled up. The conference, by the way, the show's almost ending. We haven't even talked. Never mind NIL. The conference realignment's screwing everything up. Like UCLA and USC and the Big Ten, it's garbage.
I know. It's not what we grew up watching. It's not what our dads and grandpas grew up with. Not seeing the Pac-12. Now they're gonna, they've jerry-rigged a sort of format to make it work. But it's not what it's like when in the town you grew up in. You grew up going to a restaurant that you loved. Mom and Dad took you out to dinner. I loved doing that. Whenever I got A's on my report card, my dad would take me down to Mitchell's Tavern in Westlake, Ohio for a batch of chicken wings.
Extra fries?
What's that?
Extra fries?
With cheese on them. which explains a lot. And we would have a great meal, and they'd have popcorn and all that stuff. And I always thought this place is awesome. Now, when I go back there, it's still pretty strong, but still COVID changed a lot of places where it's like, what happened to that recipe? That's what the realignment's done. I still like it, but
it's a little different.
Oh, we changed the farm that we got the beef from. Well, why?
Yeah.
That's what I paid $19.99 for the prime rib special. Keep it the same. That's what we love. We love tradition in sport.
I agree.
Amen to that.
I agree.
Well, thank you for coming on.
Fanta,
The best there is in college basketball.
You're the best,
Johnny
John. You're the
Fanta.
best, John.
Johnny Fanta.
Enjoy your weekend. Thank you guys all for coming
you.
out. We'll be back here tomorrow at 6.
No, 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock tomorrow.
The game is
We
at
made it
5.
I got confused. I've been battling
We're
a
not
cold
going
all
head
week.
to head.
Can I get this group fired up once more?
Yeah, get them fired up.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got 4-1 seeds. We got a clash of the Titans. We got the man who took buses to make it down here. We got a great Final Four city. As loud as you've been, are you ready for the Final Four?
Love it.
We love it, John.
Love
it. All right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. See you tomorrow.
All right.